Hello, this is Laura Cross with an LPAC TV update. On the occasion of his official filing for candidacy in Washington's 9th District, Dave Christie of the slate of LPAC-endorsed candidates for Congress reiterates the federal slate's role in bringing the fight for Glass-Steagall to the national forefront. However, as Christie stresses, Glass-Steagall alone is not enough. The three-tiered solution that is Glass-Steagall, national banking, and NAWAPA 21 provide the only unified plan which will remedy this crisis which the transatlantic system is in the midst of, and only these three steps as a whole will allow the nation-state to remain intact. Therefore, due to the role the slate of LPAC-endorsed candidates has nationally in leading the drive for this three-tiered solution, LPAC would like to bring you Dave Christie's statement in full.
I'm Dave Christie here in Olympia, Washington, where I've just finished filing to be on the ballot for the upcoming primary in August for Washington State's 9th Congressional District. And I do so in the moment of a profound crisis that is shaking not only our nation, but all nations around this planet. We're in the middle of the international financial meltdown with hyperinflation on the horizon, as LaRouche had warned, on the back of a collapse of the physical economy under the policy known as globalization that we've suffered under for the last 40 years. Now, I'm part of a national slate of candidates, LaRouche candidates, where we have a very simple platform to get out of this crisis. 3 parts. Number 1, Glass-Steagall. Number 2, national banking. And number 3, NAWAPA 21. Now on the first, Glass-Steagall, there is now a growing chorus of support. Various institutions, various economists, political layers within the United States, from Eliot Spitzer to Elizabeth Warren, the candidate for Senate in Massachusetts. Even Maria Cantwell here in Washington has renewed her call for Glass-Steagall. And this occurs in the middle of a meltdown of the entire European banking system, with the talk of the exit of the euro system, and of course now on Wall Street what we see with J.P. Morgan, which never would have occurred. This bank should have been long flushed down the toilet had we reinstated Glass-Steagall when we should have. Now, this fight that we're now seeing, the public layers within the political circles and the institutions, would not have occurred were it not for the fight that the LaRouche slate led. Even going back to 2010 with the campaign of Rachel Brown, who targeted Barney Frank and his bailout policy as being a lackey for this international financial crew, this British imperial financial circles, and the Obama administration. And what Keisha Rogers did in Texas, where now they're trying to slander her about her support for some obscure banking bill from 1933, which has become the talk has become the international discussion on dealing with this collapse. Now, the danger is that in this collapse, Obama, who is now in the hot seat, he has just been given the Russians what Putin has done in telling him that he's going to launch a preemptive strike on the European missile defense shield, which Obama says we'll deal with after the election. But Putin is saying, no, we're going to deal with it now. I'll launch a preemptive strike to shut this thing down. But what we know is from what LaRouche had warned, that Obama is merely taking on the orders of threatening Russia and China to get them to back down from their perspective of economic development and prosperity that is coming from that quarter of the world. Now, the Russians have now snubbed Obama. Putin's not coming to the G8 meeting. He's not coming to the NATO summit. And what you are beginning to see is the meltdown of Obama, where he could go now. And the danger is that he will start this war to distract and to prevent Glass-Steagall from going through. Now, the other danger we face is, what if Glass-Steagall does go through and there's no one that knows how to deal with it? Because people don't know in the institutions, really don't have a solid grasp on what a credit system is. And that's where LaRouche comes in and what we're doing with the national slate, that immediately once Glass-Steagall goes through, we'll find out that Glass-Steagall is not enough. It's an absolutely necessary and crucial first step to stop the bailout process and separate the legitimate financial claims that have some coherence to reality, physical economic reality, to separate that away from the speculative financial rot that is sitting on the backs of the American people, and we are bailing this stuff out by collapsing our living standards. So once that goes through, we're going to find out that we don't have enough real money in the system to keep the system going, which is why we need to restore the system of public credit with NAWAPA 21. This is the only project of a long enough in duration for 30 years. It will employ 4 million people in the project itself, probably an additional 1 to 2 million in the supporting features of NAWAPA. And we are going to build massively, 27 billion cubic yards of earth and dirt moved, 3 billion cubic yards of concrete poured, 440 million tons of steel, 1,200 miles of tunnels, 95 dams. This is going to be not just a physical economic recovery, but it's going to play into really what is the question of Arctic development as the question of space exploration, as effectively a laboratory for the kind of projects we are going to need to initiate to get mankind out into the solar system and beyond, to deal with the threats we face of an increasingly turbulent galactic, our role in the galaxy is an increasingly turbulent one, and to deal with the threats we face from asteroids and other space debris. So that is the key program right there. Glass-Steagall, national banking, and NAWAPA 21. That is what we're organizing for as a national slate, and people need to join in this mobilization. This is not about elections per se. This is about creating a movement to bring the United States back to its constitutional principles, that we have a commitment to the future generations, not just the current generations. And that's what this national slate is doing. Find us where you are, mobilize with us, join the battle.